hjørnet.
Okay, so now it's the day 6 and I'm now leaving the Smart Hotel. The Smart Hotel for smart people. No, people will begin to think that I'm getting money to advertise for Smart Hotel. I'm not getting 1 kroner. As you can see, it's snowing and it's freezingly cold. I don't know how much, not that much as yesterday. Maybe it's only 10-12 degrees Celsius. And right now I am walking towards the courthouse. And this is my first day, but actually it's been 6 days now in total. And I'm looking forward to see how many Jehovah's Witnesses appearing. And I'm looking forward to hear the defense and the last, you know, all the witnesses have been on the stand and they have been saying with their opinions. So now the last days, the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it will sum up the whole thing and it's up to the judge. But to get two things straight, it's not, the verdict is not Friday. It's not like in the United States that you see the judge say, yes, you are guilty or not guilty. It can take up to a month afterwards where the judge would look through the papers, through the testimonies, and then there he will give his verdict. And the second thing I have to get straight is that Adis contact me later because someone told her that in the interview, she said that it's about 1 million ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. She says, no, it's a lot more. According to other websites, checking up, I mean, there's at least 4 million ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, and not counting all the ones who has faded or never were baptized. So that number is probably the double up. So she said approximately as many present Jehovah's Witnesses there are in the world, at least the same number there is of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses either being shunned or being disfellowshipped or just leaving the organization. But I have to protect my camera because the snow is really hard here. And maybe it's Jehovah who's trying to make an obstruction so I cannot film. You never know. Okay. Of course, I'm not allowed to film inside the courthouse, but I will take some pictures from the outside just before we come in. And the door opens 8:30, and I have to get a seat so it's not taken by all the other Jehovah's Witnesses. And I'm walking here with my good old friend John Weng. Wave to the camera. Say hi.
Hi.
His name is it's not John Wayne, but John Weng, V-E-N-G. And he has a very interesting story too. It's not himself an ex-Jehovah's Witness, but he worked together with a woman who were a Jehovah's Witness. She was in a car accident, isn't that right?
Yes.
She was in a car accident and needed blood transfusion. And the elders came, the camera's not so good. And what is it, John, that in that car accident, she lost so much blood, she needed a blood transfusion?
Yes, two blood.
2 persons from Watchtower came and trying to convince the doctors, no, she's not allowed to get blood transfusion. And you went in there and kicked
them out.
You threw them out.
Yeah.
So if it were not for you, your ex-wife, she would have been dead today.
Yes, she was dying.
She was dying?
She was out of mind.
And you kick the elders out and say, don't say anything more, I don't want to see it in here. And of course the doctor said, yes, we'll give her a blood transfusion.
Yes.
Yes, a very, very, very interesting story. So
I told them if they don't leave, I will call the police.
Yes, very good.
Then they leave.
And then they left. That's very, very, very important. So a lot of stories out there, and John come also from Denmark and to support the ex-Jehovah's Witnesses and so on. So he's very much involved in this, even though he's never been one himself. Okay, that's enough for now. I will talk when I'm in front of the courthouse. And here I am. This is the court building. This is where things are going to happen. Very large building. And I have to turn off the camera in a moment before my camera freezes to death. But after today, I will make a short talk about what I experienced inside the courthouse. Bye for now. It's going to be so interesting. Back at my hotel after a very, very exciting day. I don't know where to begin and where to end, but I will try to gather my thoughts. It was very exciting also because it's my very, very first time that I ever attend a court meeting. And also it's something to do with Jehovah's Witnesses. But now I'm back at the hotel and I just want to make an update of my experiences today, where the prosecutors, the watchtower, had to go through their procedure. They did that all day, and they will also do it half the day tomorrow, Thursday. And then the afternoon and all Friday, it will be the defense from the Norwegian state. So what happened, as I told you in the introduction, when I walked with the camera, I'm of course not allowed to film inside and to take recordings and so on, and that's fair enough. It's very important for me not to call people who are Jehovah's Witnesses by names and showing the photos, so it's not a problem. So I'll just give you my review and my opinion, and I will always try to be non-biased, objective as possible, even though it's hard. Okay, so we come into this courtroom, and it's about 100 square meters, large room. And there are 3 rows where you can sit, and the 2 back rows were totally filled with Jehovah's Witnesses. So I came in with my friend John Wayne, not Wayne, that I introduced in the beginning. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, but almost that we were the only non-Jehovah's Witnesses in there, besides, of course, the defense and also the prosecutors. I will come back to that. So me and John are sitting there, and then some other people coming and sitting down there. And I'm just looking around to see what's going on here. And then the meeting begins at exactly 9 o'clock. And everybody's just sitting there very quiet. And I'm trying to get some eye contact with the Jehovah's Witnesses there. And they're very nice. They're smiling. I don't know, maybe they thought I was Jehovah's Witness too. I doubt it, because I was just wearing normal clothes and no suit. Anyway, then 9 o'clock, the door opens, and if you see in front of me, where I'm sitting on the first row, in front of me is where the judge come in and sit there. On my right side, there's the defense. On the left side, the watchtower, the prosecutors, lawyers. And then the judge comes in, and I'm just not aware. I never tried this before. So everybody stands up, and I say, why this thing? Oh my God, yeah, of course I have to show respect. So we stand up, and he says, yes, you're allowed to sit down again. And okay, interesting. So I thought in the beginning, because there were all these from the prosecutors, the attackers. There were 6 lawyers sitting in the front on my left side, and also some in the background with headphones on. And I saw one of them were a woman, and I thought, wow, but can a sister from Jehovah's Witnesses be a lawyer, and so on? And then I found out that these lawyers were not Jehovah's Witnesses. Maybe some of them were, because the guys sitting in the back, they were wearing headphones, and they were American lawyers, and I think they were Jehovah's Witnesses too, and just following it, and then they got it translated what they said in Norwegian. But the 6 in the front, the real lawyers defending Jehovah's Witnesses, they were worldly lawyers. Yeah, I found out because maybe you already know that because you've followed more than I have, but this main character, Anders Ryssdal, he was not a Jehovah's Witnesses, and he was almost talking all the time and making this procedure and repeating what happened the last 5-6 days. And then a short moment, the other very young lawyer, he looked like 25, 28, whatever, Christian Voss, Almo, they come from this worldly firm lawyer called Glitterton. And I saw their website, and wow, that is some heavy Norwegian lawyers. They won a lot of cases and they have got a lot of prizes for being the best law firm, blah, 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 blah. So it was interesting for me just to notice that, because there are actually two things that I think is a little bit hypocrite from the Watchtower. We were all told when we were Jehovah's Witnesses how important it was not to be a part of the world. Not to have friends outside our Jehovah's Witness community, not to pursue higher education, be Jehovah's friend, not a worldly person's friend, and all that blah blah. But when it comes to money, when it comes, and that's what it actually is about, this court case, because they're not being banned Jehovah's Witnesses, they're not forbidden in no way, they're just taking away their economical the money that they could earn every year. And I think if they win this case, the Watchtower, they will get $4.5 million, 51 million Norwegian kroner, because they are not registered as a sorry, I'm a little me in English. Sorry.
Hello? This is the German Coast Guard.
We're thinking.
What are you thinking about?
As a religion, official religion. So they want, for the last 3 years, they have not had this privilege. They want the money from that. And the Watchtower hire these high-profiled worldly lawyers to defend their case. And that is not cheap. Maybe it'll cost 51 million Norwegian kroner when they're finished. I don't know what. But they are not cheap. If you watch their website, I can put it on the link. I can also show it when I edit my video as I'm speaking. So that's one thing. We as Jehovah's Witnesses should not be a part of the world. But when it comes to money, when it comes to this case, then we can use the world governed by Satan, the devil. Then it's okay to affiliate with worldly people. And the other thing is actually the money. I thought from the beginning, why is it so important for Watchtower to have this case, to prosecute, to put the Norwegian state for trial? Why do they need the worldly money? They could do it themselves. They have enough money. But no, it's important to be a approved religion in, for example, Norway, so they can have the worldly money from Satan's world. It's hypocritic. Okay, that was some of my thoughts. Okay, and I'm not going to go through all the things that he said today. Actually, sometimes I was like, wow, this is almost like being at a convention. I had 6 cups of coffee from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and just a few breaks, only 10 minutes break, and then we had about 11:30 we have half an hour to eat a sandwich and come back. No. But he was mentioning a lot of things. He was trying to miscredit the witnesses, the ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. He was trying to miscredit also Jan Frode Nielsen, the leading ex-JW who actually started the whole thing. I'm going to have an interview with Jan later this week. So look forward to that. So this guy Rösling, the worldly defender of Jehovah's Witnesses, he was trying to miscredit and say, oh, it's so many years ago that all this happened with them, and it's not like that today. And he said, very important thing is that he said that the state is not to interpret religious scriptures or magazines like the Watchtower interpret that the state is only defending the law, but religious law, if you have to defend and use the Bible and you have to interpret it as the state does, the Watchtower and their videos, then you need a faith. But we as a state, we don't have that faith. Something like that. I hope you understand what I mean. So it's not up to the state to acknowledge that Watchtower is writing that we need to shun. I know they don't use the word shunning, but no matter what, developed family members. It's not up to the state to look at that. That's very interesting because the state don't have the faith in Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay. And then, as we already have heard from the interviews, you don't lose your family. It's up to the individual member of Jehovah's Witness to follow it. And I was just sitting there, what is he talking about? And he was repeating that. He said also, it's up to the individual. It's a general recommendation how to treat people not leaving Jehovah's Witnesses or being disfellowshipped. It's just a general advice. It's not a doctrine. So he said, so all what you're showing with the videos from JW.org, all the things you're showing, the state showing the defenders are showing the Watchtower articles about not having any affiliation with disfellowship members, family members also. No, it's up to the individual. And then it was very interesting because the judge is very interesting because he has to be objective, of course. And he was very mild and he was very interested in what we're saying. He was not, you could not see on his mild face that he was like, oh, what is that stupid thing? No, he was very objective in his face expression. I liked his face very much. And he said, okay, I have to ask one thing. Do the average Jehovah's Witnesses in the Kingdom Hall, do they also know what you are telling here? Do they tell them at the Watchtower study in the Kingdom Halls, you know what? I know we just went through this paragraph about shunning family members, but remember, brothers and sisters, this is only a general advice. It's up to you if you want to follow it or not. And he just asked that very simple question. And this guy, Rösling, he said, no, they're not being told that in the Kingdom Hall. Okay, you know this, what I mean? So in the courthouses, they're saying, no, it's general, it's not followed by everyone, which is true. It is true that it's not 100% all Jehovah's Witnesses are not having any affiliation or meeting with their family members. There are some people that say, yeah, but they do have bad conscience about it. Because when they come back to the Kingdom Hall and they're studying the Watchtower about this subject, they will sit there with red ears. Oh, I have bad conscience. I just saw my disfellowship daughter yesterday. Oh, they're never getting told that this is just a general thing. Yeah. And then he said also, this Rösling judge, he said also that you can be excluded. It's true, disfellowship, but you're always welcome to come back to the congregation and then being reinstated. Yeah. And of course, if you still believe in this faith, and you have done something, bad things, you have been immoral or whatever, and you still believe in Armageddon is just around the corner, then of course you can come back. But what about the thousands of Jehovah's Witnesses not leaving because they've been disfellowshipped, but because they found out this is not the truth? The Watchtower is lying. We have been manipulated. It's a sect. It's a cult. What about them? So you cannot say that as the lawyer. saying, you're always welcome to come back. Why do you want to come back to a lie? To say it at least. Okay. So I'm looking forward to the defense of the state of Norway, what they have to say tomorrow. But generally speaking, objectively speaking, I think he was a very good lawyer. He's very expensive, this Rösling guy. And he was twisting the words, and he was neglecting some of the things that the witnesses said, trying to miscredit them, as I said before, and just turning things around. And he was good with the words. That's why the Watchtower can use him. He's good with the words. But I'm looking so much forward to the defense tomorrow. And that is also interesting, because all the prosecutors from the Watchtower, they were all men. On the defense, it's 2 younger women. I think they are around 30 years old. And I haven't seen them live yet, but what I read about them until now, they are very sharp too. They will struggle, they will give their defense, and I really hope that the Norwegian state will win this. And that would be my final words, because I tried to figure out what is the system in this Scandinavian country with the court system. You know, what is going on now is called in Norwegian, also in Danish actually, it's more or less similar. Byretten, the city court, the district court. It's the 3rd most important court, okay? If one of the parties loses, of course they will appeal. If the Norwegian state loses, they will appeal. If the Watchtower loses this time, they will appeal. And then the next court will be the High Court, Landsretten. So they will go to the High Court. If they loses there, no matter who part, it will go to the Supreme Court, Høyesterett. Okay. So this is not the end. This is only the beginning. No matter who wins this battle, the war goes on, to use a hard word. If Jehovah's Witnesses loses going to the Supreme Court, then they will complain to the European Court of Human Rights if the Norwegian state wins, which we all hope for, but we never know. We never know. Because that's, someone asked me today, after hearing this guy Rösling twisting, and it sounded good. I mean, if I were not a Jehovah's Witness, just coming from the outside, actually, I was almost, sometimes when he was talking, I was almost nodding. Yeah, it's true. Frank, you're on the wrong side here. No, I want to be objective. I know it's not true what he's saying, but it sounded true. You know what I mean? Like in the Watchtower. Of course, I hope that the Norwegian state will win this. But I'm not 100% sure. Speaking of today, let's wait till tomorrow where the defense is talking, and then I can maybe be a little more. I'm never not 100% sure. Okay, it's been a long day and I need some rest. So look forward to the next video and the next interviews I have with former Norwegian Jehovah's Witnesses. And if you are a nice person, please subscribe to my channel. Even though most of my interviews are in Danish, but there will be a lot of more videos in English too. So subscribe, share the link, do whatever you want. If not, you're welcome to see my next video no matter what. Bye for now.